So, the week before the big shutdown, the big quarantine, the big self-isolation stuff that we went through and probably maybe still going through with this COVID-19 stuff, my class went to go visit Silversmith Brewery in conjunction with our communications class, doing some assignments here and there. The final assignment, talking about a lot of social media and brewing and impacts and I guess topics of like being local, rebranding, a bunch of stuff like that. A lot of other stuff I just don't really want to get into right now because I'm not wanting to think of school stuff at this late hour. But we're at Silversmith. We had great hospitality. We're given a lot of information on the rebranding and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Then we shared a couple pints together. It was actually a pretty good class. It was about an hour and a half, but it was at a brewery, so we got to drink beer, and it was perfect. It was a good time nonetheless. And obviously I picked some stuff up. Obviously I did. I picked up this beer. I picked up a couple others, which I had on my off time. My brother had one as well, and then we're going to do one together. We're going to do a review together because it's pretty cool. But this is what I had at the brewery when I was there, and I was just blown away by it. So, without further ado, let's get to drinking. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, for the Brewski review, and today, beer I have for you guys is by the Silversmith Brewing Company out in Virgil, Ontario, Niagara-on-the-Lake. In my opinion, they're interchangeable because no one knows what Virgil is. But everybody knows Niagara-on-the-Lake. We all know it. We've been there. We love it. It's a great place. It's a better place than St. Catharines. IMO. But yes, today from Silversmith Brewery, we got a big bottle of Scot'O'Philia Scottish Wee Heavy coming in at 6% ABV. Fairly low for a wee heavy in my opinion, which is pretty cool. Means you can have a lot of it. I have had this beer before at the brewery, like I said. I do enjoy it, but you're going to find out how much I enjoy it out of 10. So, we're going to crack this big bad boy open. 650 ml bottle. I think it was sitting at somewhere between $7.50 to $8.50 for the bottle. Something like that. I don't actually remember. There's nothing on the store, which we'll get to in a bit. But we're going to crack this bad boy open. And we're going to pour it up. It's my Lake-based tulip style glass. Now, I did get a Silversmith glass. I got a Stein. But I can't find it. From moving all my stuff from Thorold back to here in Markham, I cannot find it. So I'm assuming it's back in Thorold, sitting on the floor. We'll get that later. Let's just pour it up. Let's see what we got. Let's see what's going on. It is coming out fairly dark. There we go. That's about a good bit of beer in the glass. Looking at it, it is dark. For a wee heavy, it is fairly dark. Usually, yeah, wee heavies are darker, but they're more of like a deep amber. This is like a super deep amber. A lot of ruby tones off the lights. Nice tanned head on top. Looking fantastic. It looks way more darker on camera than it actually is in real life, IRL. Don't know why I said that, but came out of my face hole. Pretty cool looking beer. But what's better is the smell. Notes of caramel, toffee, burst out of this beer. Again, some bready notes, darker breads, biscuity, and of course, alcohol. Wow, that's just all on my nose. I'm not trying to snort beer. I don't know why I stuck my nose right in there, but it just happened. Yes, higher alcohols, bready notes. This does smell a bit musty as well. I think musty is a good word. Touch of nuttiness, per se. Slight hints of dark chocolate or roastiness. When I first had it, I had a feeling when I looked at it, I'm like, that's fairly dark. And when I first had it, it was darker and richer than most wee heavies that I've had before, which I didn't think was a bad thing. It gives it some character compared to other wee heavies. But with that said, let's just dive in, have a sip. And I was right. Darker, roastier notes, which is kind of cool. Obviously, you do get some heavier toffee and caramel notes, along with some warming alcohols. But there is one thing about this beer that is a lot different from wee heavies that I've had in the past. Is one, the roasted, somewhat chocolatey, somewhat nutty, somewhat coffee-esque flavors that I'm getting. It is darker, it is richer, it has more stout or porter qualities compared to other wee heavies. Another thing too, on the terms of alcohol and alcohol heat and hot alcohols, all more or less the same thing for this purpose, is that they're present, but a decently amount less compared to other wee heavies, where they have a bit more warmth. They are shooting with a little bit more alcohol bite. This does have it, but not to that same degree. A little bit more mellow, toned down, going with the flow, flows well with the other characteristics in this flavor profile. Pretty damn good stuff. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yeah, caramel, toffee, a little bit of chocolate, and coffee, and biscuity, and roastiness coming in from the sides, going with the caramel and toffee notes. Then you get the bit of higher alcohols, heat in the back of the tongue, of the throat, down into your chest cavity and whatnot. But again, not at that same rate as some other wee heavies. So pretty cool diversity of flavor profiles in this beer, and it's magical. It's a little magical in my opinion. Quite enjoyable. On the mouthfeel, moderate to heavy body, leaning more towards the heavy. It's a bit more of a syrupy mouthfeel, a little bit thicker. Doesn't sit super heavy in the stomach. Does, you can definitely feel a little bit of weightiness going on there, but nothing crazy. Nothing like a triple chocolate milk stout or a milk stout with a lot of lactose in or anything like that. But still heavier than most other beers. Goddamn delicious flavor. Moving over to the bottle. Scot'O'Philia Scottish Wee Heavy by Silversmith Brewing Company. 650ml bottle. 6% ABV. Any IBUs listed on the bottle? I do not think so. On the website, no list of IBUs. On Untapped, no IBUs either. I think there were IBUs maybe listed at the brewery. No, there wasn't. I retract that previous statement. But on the bottle, we do have a description. You got ingredients, you got ABV, and we got a bottled on date, which is pretty cool. So we're going to start from the top. Description. Cannot write in standard Habibi. Brewed this beer to toast good Rabbi, made right here in this wee abbey. May he look down on us with tender eyes. Let us drink this ale until we're flabby. We're steaming now. Time to say our goodbyes. Byes? Yeah, kind of a poem. Kind of a thing. Pretty neat. I don't know. Kind of hard to read if you're not a poetic person, and me, not really. But hey, something different, something cool. Ingredients: water, barley malt, barley, oats, hops, and yeast. Bottled on January 20th. Or January 2020, sorry. Which is cool because the bottled on date is actually part of this logo here. Which, I don't know if I showed you, but it's kind of purpley and red and white and stuff and things. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's printed on this label. So I'm guessing it is a, it's a, it's under what tab? Our offerings all year round. Seasonal. It's a seasonal, so probably why they can afford to put that on. But that's kind of cool. Never noticed that. Usually date changes, date codes change and they just do a stamp or a laser etch or something like that. But this is actually part of the sticker, so kind of cool. Other than that, good information on the bottle. 650, brewed in Virgil, Ontario, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, poem, rhymey time, description, and then ingredients, ABV, and bottled on date. Can't go wrong. Very short, sweet, none. Are not a problem at all. Don't know where I was going with that. But moving on to the website, silversmithbrewing.com. Go to the beer section. You go to all. You can go to seasonal. It's going to be there. Scroll down. Scot'O'Philia, 6% ABV, no listed IBUs. I don't know if that's just an error because it does show IBUs, but there's nothing there. So maybe they were supposed to put it and just didn't. I don't know. But moving on, there is a small little description of the beer, and it says, "This beer pours dark mahogany with a bread and toasty aroma. Enjoy a rich malt flavor balanced out by hops." To be honest, seems fairly lackluster as a description, because you're getting a lot more than bready and toasty aromas. You're getting almost like a roasted aroma with caramel and toffee and little bits of chocolate, nuts, and coffee. And they kind of just didn't put that in. When I read this, mahogany, yeah, Kate, that's the color I'm looking for, mahogany. Bready and toasty aroma, but you're leaving out a lot of the stuff that's actually going on in my palate. Maybe my palate, like I said, palates are different for everybody, but they seem like big enough flavors on the flavor profile to be noted in a description. So, kind of misleading, but at the same time, on the right track, just leaving out information that I've experienced and that maybe some of you have experienced as well, or will experience if you go pick up this beer, which you can at Silversmith Brewery down in Virgil, Ontario. Great strip right down the road from Oast House as well, so you can hit 2 breweries up at once, or many on your journeys, depending on where you're coming from. But price, like I said, I don't actually remember. Anywhere from $7.50 to $8.50, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's around where it is. Also, there is a Silversmith shop online, but it is still coming soon. So in the future, you will be able to grab beers online, which I'm guessing is as far as everybody else usually goes, is for Ontario residents only. But then again, don't quote me on that either. But a shop, an online beer shop, is in the works. So not all hope is lost again. Maybe this is a seasonal that comes back year after year after year after year, or it's just a one-off. I'm not too sure. So I'm sorry to say that this may be the only one that I get after this. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Overall, delicious beer. I love how it comes in a big 650 ml bottle. Perfect for sharing. Perfect for just sipping on your own as well. It's that perfect size. You can have it alone and not feel bad about it. Or you could share with friends and feel really good about it. It's a win-win. Moving over to Untapped though, Scot'O'Philia has been given a 3.63 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of 45 ratings. Overall, I am very happy and very pleased, and I like this. I like this a lot. Again, I do like wee heavies a lot, which is kind of funny because at first I was okay with them, but didn't really enjoy them as much. I don't know which one did it for me that made me really enjoy wee heavies. I think just over time it was kind of cool. It's like you get a bit of alcohol. You get a bit of alcohol heat like you would from, say, a spirit, like a real whiskey or a scotch or something like that. But in beer format. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. I really enjoy this. Overall, we need to finish this. Get right to ratings. So let's cheers on the final sip. Let's get right to ratings and wrap this thing up. Damn, that's good. Silversmith Brewery. Scot'O'Philia. Wee heavy. Damn good. 6% ABV. That's I think the best thing about this beer is that it's only 6%. Wee heavies can be quite heavy. 7 to 9% ABV. You can maybe only have 1, maybe 2. Depending on how buzzed you want to get. kind of thing. But 6%, you can definitely enjoy a good amount, and that's why I'm happy it's in a 650. This was 9% in a 650. This is maybe a one and done, maybe one and one other beer, but this at 6%, you can definitely have a few. Maybe not bottle sized, but you know, if you're splitting a few with buddies, you're good to go, no problems. Which I really do enjoy. Also, the difference of flavors compared to other wee heavies, having that addition of a little bit of coffee notes coming, a little bit of chocolatiness coming in, really adds a lot of diversity to the flavor profile, which I am all for it. So, with that said, Scot'O'Philia by Silversmith Brewing Company gets a solid 9 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, I do like the bottle. I mean, it's not flashy by any means. It is just straight up Scot'O'Philia. Here you go. Here's some information about the beer. Go on your way. Crack it. Enjoy it. You're good to go. Good information though. A little bit of a poem for the description. Kind of cool. So there you go. Ingredients posted. Beautiful. Bottle on date. Clearly labeled. I mean, it's printed on the can. How clear can you get? Awesome. Other than that, just looks pretty good. Yeah, looks pretty good. Over on the website, though, that's where it kind of gets a little disappointing. No IBUs listed. Maybe it's a typo. Maybe they just don't have it. Kind of a bummer because it seems like every other beer does. And the description seems a little misleading in the sense that it's accurate, but it's leaving out a good portion of information that I think should be in the description. So that's the one thing to know. But other than that, the website looks great. No problems with it. Presentation gets a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers I want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Maple-Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Maple-Brewski, like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Now that I'm not in class, I can enjoy this beer while I sit on my ass and do nothing but relax. Cheers.